bronze medal. In fact, not just settle, is very happy to go home with that bronze medal. And speaking of bronze, we get set for the men's team bronze medal match right now as we go to the guys. And this match featuring China and Russia. Take a look at the first team out, and it is the Chinese team. China, number 5 after qualifying this week. And China, with a good week, beating Belarus 5-1 in the quarterfinals before losing a shoot-off with India in the semifinals. And we will meet the 3 archers from India very shortly.
From Russia.
Is this not the Chinese team?
This is, but we will meet the China team. You
China
said
team.
India, but...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. China is what I meant, and this is what we've got. All right, Wu Zhuzhong, Li Jialun, and Yang Jiwei, the 3 archers out there for the Chinese team.
It's a hot day. Well,
it is a warm day.
It's a very hot day out here.
And so we get set for the introduction of the Russian team right now. Russia scoring a 6-2 victory over the United States in the quarterfinals before losing a semifinal match with Mexico by the count of 5-1. And some young archers out there for Russia in this bronze medal match against China. And we will soon meet the trio from Russia as the judge has them line up on the shooting line. Alexei Nikolaev is in the middle, or excuse me, on the right. The other 2 archers are Bayer Zibektorgiev and Bolat Zibchitov. Zibektorgiev is 21 years old, Zibchitov is 20 years old, and Nikolaev, not sure exactly how old, but he looks pretty young as well.
And sometimes youth has a big factor in this game, just in terms of how well you are, how resilient you can be on a hot field like now. But again, like what we said with China, is that some of our Chinese superstars aren't here today, such as Dai Zhaozhang. And they have the Asian Games coming up, and we believe that China has either sent their B team or given their A team an option of whether or not they're coming. Or these guys could just be that much better than the A team. So China is a strong team that you sometimes don't want to come up against.
But Russia's in that situation today. We'll have to try to make the best of it. China, once again, beating Belarus and India. Or excuse me, beating Belarus and losing to India in the semifinals to wind up in this bronze medal match. And they start off almost with a 10. Very close.
Millimeter outside of the 10 ring, just high.
Yang Jiwei with a 9 to start it off.
It's a very strong start. It's a good start. I shot with this archer on my target during the ranking round. He's a very good archer. He can group really well. He can shoot them in the 10 when it needs to be done.
Wu Zhuzhong, 21 years old, ranked in the top 500, but just kind of getting his career started. I'm sure his ranking will rise as time goes along. And here's Li Jialun, 21 years old. His first international competition was in Medellin at stage 2 back in May down in Colombia.
Yeah, it's the first time I'd seen him as well, so. Fairly new. 7 is a little weird for China to be shooting.
So now the Russians start off with a 7 off to the left.
It's an 8.
Or an 8, excuse me. Zibektorgiev. Now this is Nikolaev, who won a team bronze medal at the European Championships in Armenia last month. With his teammates looking on intently, he shoots an 8.
I think they might be trying to figure out the wind if you're, so you can see some archers moving their sight. Zibektorgiev just moved his sight. And I think they're just watching the arrow flight. They want to see what it's doing while it's in its various stages down the field, when it's on its uprise towards the apex of the arc and when it's coming down. And Russia just had a little bit of a slip up. They thought that they were still shooting, but it's 3 arrows per team with each given time. So China shot 3, Russia shoots 3. Now China goes back.
Zibchitov high on that shot in the 7 ring. So an early lead for China that they try to build upon on the shot by Yang Wei. 21-year-old, ranked 108th in the world. Now here is Gu Zhusong, 21 years old. Finished 33rd in Antalya at stage 3. Other than that, he's only appeared at 3 tournaments in Bangkok. So this is really his first, well, actually his second time out on the World Cup stage.
So it looks like this might be the B team for China.
Which is actually a very good team.
B team going to the bronze medal match, shooting 10s in the bronze medal match. Makes you kind of scared of their A team.
Yeah, Li Jialun with the 10. So 52 points, no way for Russia to catch them. The first set will go to the Chinese team.
That's not actually.
No, you're right.
True.
They could with 3 10s, they could win.
They need a 10.
Well, there's
that's
one right there, yeah.
So we got to watch intently on what these next 2 arrows do.
You are the math major, aren't you? Yes, you teach math.
No, I just know. I've just seen this scenario before.
I need to get my iPhone out and do some calculating. So 2 10s right here, and they do have a chance to take the set.
That's a 9. Best they can do now is just tie. So the best Russia can do is get 1 point.
Split the set. It's up to Tsipchitov, though, who's got 4 years of experience on the international stage. A 10 will tie it. Ooh, it's a 9. So the first set will go to China.
That was a high-pressure situation for him because he had let that arrow go with about 4 seconds left on the clock. And personally, as being the 3rd shooter on my team, I know that I really don't like being pressed to perform my shot. But the reason why you are in that position is because you can speed your shot up and still not get as much variation in the result. So I can shoot a shot that only takes me 5 seconds from putting my fingers on the string till arrow hitting target.
And still be accurate.
And still be accurate. But you still don't want to have that pressure, especially this early on in the match. This was just the first set. So if the Russian coach is anything like our coach would be telling us, you know, smooth out your timing, watch your timing, let's get the transitions going really well, and not have 5 seconds left for the last archer to finish.
Let's not put Crispin Duenas in this position.
I'd probably be yelling at my team if they did that to me a second time.
Once, okay. Second
time,
time?
Yeah, it's just a contingency plan. You don't want to have to always do it, but it's there just in case you need it.
Interesting, though. You and I have seen people who do thrive in that kind of a situation.
Yes, yeah. Some people love having, or almost sometimes need having, the reduced amount of time for them to shoot the arrow. And there's one form of what we call target panic, where they need to have that pressure on them before they can make that arrow go. If they have that time, if they have the extra time before the arrow goes, then they're going to use up that time by aiming harder, or taking that time to aim, taking the time to make sure that the shot is absolutely perfect.
Thinking it through too much.
Exactly. So it's as if you were telling someone, I want you to walk me through how you walk, the process of walking or process of running. Some people start saying, you know, heel toe, make the weight transferred, knee has to bend, now knee has to go straight. Now
just do it naturally.
Exactly. So some people need that shorter time to do it naturally, albeit you don't like using that shorter time, but it has to happen sometimes.
Russia trailing as we start this second set. They're down 2-0 in the match. Came out with a 9 by Zibektorjev, but Nikolaev leaks out into the 7 ring. So now it's up to Tsipchitov to try to bring it back. Look at the intensity and the focus on the face of that young man. A 9. So 2 9s and a 7, 25 points posted by Team Russia. So China with Yang Wei leading off. In his first international competition in Medellin this summer, competed in 3 events. He was 9th in the men's competition, 9th in mixed team, and 4th in the men's team competition. So we kind of saw him start to come on in Medellin.
And he just shot a 10 there, proving why he's traveling for Team China.
Gets them off to a great start.
China are starting to get a little loud now, which is normal.
A little fired up.
And you have to be at this point. when you're going for a medal,
Sure.
if you're just sitting there and just quiet, you know, good shot, you know, it's sometimes your archers start to wonder if you're really in the game or not as a coach.
Hey, back-to-back 10s and almost 3 10s in a row. That'll get you fired up. So China forges ahead in this second set, leading by 4 points midway through this set. Carl ARKY along with Crispin Duenas here on World Archery TV. Hope you're enjoying our live coverage from Stage 4 in Wroclaw, Poland. Zibektorjev nails the 10. So Russia trying to answer. Alexei Nikolaev. A pair of top 10 finishes in team competition at Belek last October. 10 again. Back-to-back 10s for Russia.
That's what they want to be have happening. Maybe all that arrow watching they were doing earlier has really paid off.
Zibjitov, can he make it 3 in a row? He would really make things interesting. Oh, he was talking to himself as soon as he let it fly.
Sometimes you just know the millisecond before your clicker goes on the recurve that this shot shouldn't be going right now. And you needed that little extra time to settle the bow down or get your sight back into the middle. But yeah, as soon as he released that, his mouth was open and he was probably swearing at that arrow. But trying to just put down another 9, 2 10s, 2 9s. And I mean, it'd be a miracle for them not to win this set.
Gu Zhuzhang with another 9. That's 3 9s in a row after the 2 10s to start off the set.
And a 6 will take this set. I think China is very capable of shooting more than 6.
Li Jialun. Plenty of time. His considerate teammates leaving him enough time to get off a good shot. It's an 8, which is enough in this situation.
Yep. And sometimes you don't need to shoot perfect all the time. You need to shoot what will win. And China just did that. They needed a 6 to win. They shot an 8. They didn't need to shoot a 10 there. It would have been nice to shoot a 10, but he could just relax and perform his shot and know that whatever he did, wherever it landed, as long as it's inside the blue, they were going to take that set.
Now, human nature being what it is, Crispin, you get to this point, you're in this match, you're fighting for a medal, but you lose the first 2 sets and you're down. I think it would be natural to drop your head, get disappointed. I think this is the hardest part for a team like Russia right now in this situation to really rally and try to get back into this thing.
Yeah, and at this level, you cannot drop your head and just concede to settle for losing. But also, you can't start trying harder than what you normally do. What a lot of teams and a lot of individuals have to realize is that when you're in this pressing situation, what you do normally is always enough. So you can't say, okay, I'm going to make sure that my release is going to be really solid on this one, or my bow arm is going to be extra still on this shot, because that's giving your brain more things to think about than you really normally think about. Whenever any archer shoots really well and you ask them about that, they'll usually say, oh, I just went out and did what I always do. They didn't say that I thought about this thing more, or I thought about this thing more, or whatnot. So that's what Russia really needs to pull out right now, is just to relax and do what they always do. They made it here to this match, so whatever they did before, repeat it.
Bair Zibektorjev. He was on the teams that finished 9th in Shanghai, 9th in Medellin, 9th at Belek last fall. No World Cup medals yet this summer. Was hoping for one here today, but his team is going to have to rally. He starts off with a 9 and sets the table for Alexei Nikolaev.
We'll see if this match is going to be another 6-0 match, like what we've seen in the previous 2 matches today. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's going to be a little bit more interesting. But Russia really needs to start winning, well, needs to win the set.
Putting up points. Zibjitov with a 9. So a pair of 9s, that 8 though, hurting the chances of the Russian Federation at this point.
China just needs 3 9s to be in the lead after 3 arrows.
They'll lead off with Yang Jiwei. And the 21-year-old just outside the 10 ring. Close, not quite there.
Just about a millimeter or two up, and that would have been a 10.
Aiming at that target, 70 meters away.
Really quick shot. So China needs now a 10 to be in the lead.
Li Jialun.
Another big side anchor. He's not touching the tip of his nose.
Off to the side of the nose, yeah. And he's off to the side of the 10 ring and the 9 ring as well. So Russia actually with a 1-point advantage midway through this third set, this all-important third set that Russia absolutely, positively has to win to keep this match going. Cannot afford to split. If they do, they'll pick up 1 point, but China would pick up the 1 point it needs to win by getting to 5 first. Another 9 for Russia. Zibek Georgiev with the good shots. Alexei Nikolaev, who won a team bronze medal in 2006 at Porich, a team silver medal at Porich in 2009, and he fires a 10.
20 seconds left on the Russian clock. That's plenty of time. That's actually the average amount of time each archer should be getting anyway. So
10 right here, though. Big shot.
Wow.
Big, big time shot.
So China now needs 3 10s to win this match. This first arrow could dictate it all. Needs a 10.
Russia has put the pressure squarely on the shoulders of the Chinese team, although they lead it 4-0 in this set. And there it is.
And we're going to be going to another set.
That's right. There is no chance for China to win this set. The Russians have won this set. They'll pick up 2 points, and we will play on in the men's bronze medal match.
So these last 2 arrows are going to be for sighting in, because the last 2 arrows for these archers were 8s out left. So I think they're just trying to make sure that they are centered for the next set that will be coming up after scoring.
Pulls that string off to the side, not on the tip of the nose, and it's in the 9 ring. So 52 points for the Chinese team here in the third set. They won the first 2 sets. Russia takes the third set. Russia winning it by the score of 55-52 here in the third set. After China had won the first set 52-51, took the second set 52-53, but a bit of a reversal of fortunes here in the third set as Russia wins it 55-52. They'll pick up their first 2 points, and they will, at the very least, avert a sweep and may very well have put themselves back into this match. They win the next set, then it's anybody's match at that point.
Yeah. Then it's basically like the first, well,
That's
if
the first
they
step.
win the next set, then we're going to be going into a tiebreak, because that'll be the end of regulation scoring. So it'll almost be like those first however many arrows didn't count.
Back to square one at that point. By the way, looking back on this 2014 World Cup campaign in Shanghai, it was the Dutch team from the Netherlands that won the gold medal in Shanghai at stage 1, as Rick van der Ven, Chef Vandenberg, and Mick de Bakker defeated Ukraine. In Medellin at stage 2 is the United States sweeping China. Brady Ellison, Jake Kaminsky, and Jeremiah Cusick with the win there to pick up the gold medal in Medellin. Stage 3 Antalya, Japan, knocking off Malaysia. Furukawa, Kikuchi, and Sato. Who will win the bronze medal here?
Yes, sir.
Right now, Russia making a bid for a strong comeback. Zibek Georgiev.
See, right now I wanna root for Russia, because being able to come back from 4-0 and be able to tie it up and then go to a shoot-off would be a great story for them to bring back home for the bronze medal.
Shooting much better than they did in the opening 2 sets. Sense of urgency now for the Russian team as Bolat Zibchitov steps up for his shot and nails it. They're getting the hang of it now,
Yeah, maybe it just might have been nerves for the first 2 sets.
which is perfectly natural, perfectly understandable. China knows it's in a match right now. They're in a battle. Won the first 2 sets. Have their hands full right now. That'll be a 9, though, for Yang Jiwei. Sets the table for Gu Shuzong.
Right now, the waterworks in the pond have started up, so that's not static you're hearing. That's a lot of water, almost like the Bellagio in front of the waterworks in front of the Bellagio in Las Vegas going on right now. So it could be a very pretty distraction for anybody who's trying to shoot right now.
Scenic but unexpected. Happening during action.
I think it's signifying that noon has hit, and that was a 10 from China.
It was a 10 for Li Jialun that keeps them within 1 point in this set of Russia. Russia up by 1 with 3 arrows to shoot in the set. 4th set here. China leading 4-2, but Russia making a comeback bid. Zibektorjiev. Ooh, outside the 9 ring.
There was a look of panic on his face after that arrow went, so I think he might be glad that that was still an 8.
Would love to have that one back. Nikolaev. A little closer to the center.
Lots of time left.
Zibjitov steadies himself, gathers himself. Critical shot right here for Russia. Drops it in the 10 ring.
Wow, that's some good shooting. And now China has 2 points to play with right now. They can shoot a 10-9-9 and win this match.
That is the best set so far for Russia. The most points that they have posted, 56 points. Will it be enough, though? China starts off with a 10.
So 2 9s now will win it for China.
Yang Jiwei drilling the 10. Hoping to show the way for Gu Shuzong. Just inside the line, it's a 9. So here
Lots
it
of
is.
time.
10.
9
will
to
win it. 9 will win it. Anything less. There's the 9.
There we go.
9 is fine for China as they finish it off. So despite the strong comeback by Russia, China able to hang on and pull it out and win this bronze medal.
So, congratulations. And the last shooter, Mr. Lee, I think it was trying to fight some distraction training on that one too, because while he was at full draw, I could hear somebody in the crowd like catcalling or whistling.
You demand?
And so, I mean, it's pretty rude on whoever was doing that in the crowd, but I mean,
not proper etiquette for archery.
It's definitely not proper etiquette, but I'm very, very happy that he was able to shoot what he needed to win the bronze medal, sorry, on that shot, despite whatever somebody was doing in the stands. So, good on him.
So despite the fact that Russia shot as well as it had all day in that 4th set, scoring 56 points, they started off with 51, the Russians did. Then they posted a score of 53 in the 2nd set, 55 in the 3rd set, and then 56 in the 4th set. However, China was able to match that score.